Dateline, 23rd of October 2006. G'day, I'm Dave and this is Bloke News. Hitting the headlines today, Todd Russell and Brant Webb. Yes, that's Brant. That's like sort of Brad and Grant and... What's the matter? Couldn't the parents decide what name to call him? Brant. Anyway, these are the two dudes that were caught up in the Beaconsield Mine disaster earlier this year. Now, these guys, there's a book coming out next month. Tony Wright's the author, and he's been following the guys around for about 2 months, collecting all the stories and got all the pictures and all that sort of stuff. There was a few pictures taken of them actually caught in the mine trap. And he says it's best described as two blokes living in a dog kennel for 14 days. What would that do to you psychologically? You can't move around with your muscles and yuck. Anyway, the story's out, so look out for that one. Should be a good read, actually. Not many people get a chance to go through something like that. Very strange indeed. Stanford University in the USA has come out with some research about internet addicts. Apparently 1 in 8 of us has a problematic internet use issue. Now, they're linking it to the likes of alcoholism, where people are actually closet internet users, and more importantly, they're using it for self-help in the terms of, geez, I'm having a rough time, rather than hit the bottle, hit the net. So it's got researchers a bit sort of baffled. It's a problem that's bigger than they initially thought it was, and the research actually just confirms some of the anecdotal stuff that's been around. Now, the Hawaiian I'm event. Now, this is one gruelling event, and it also includes women as well. They call that bit the Hawaiian Ironwoman event. How would you be a 3.8 kilometre ocean swim, followed by a 180 kilometre bike ride, and if that's not enough, you just top it off with a 42.2 kilometre run if you don't mind. Fair dinkum, how fit would you have to be to get yourself through that? Well, the fittest Sheila was Michelle Jones, an Australian, only the second Australian to ever win the event. Big congrats to you to Michelle, that is one hell of an effort. Now, there's 4 other Australians placed in the top 10, so that's taken half of the places just from Australians. So what a good showing, girls, good on you. On the bloke side of things, an Australian, Chris McCormick, has come second, and we had someone else coming in at about 7th or something. Can't really remember the name, but it's there somewhere. Now, Cricket Australia, in sporting news, have developed a system they've nicknamed or codenamed dob-in-a-yob. They're going to use SMS technology, so you can SMS a securities number if you've got some yobbos that are getting a bit boisterous and you feel like you're being a bit threatened and all that sort of stuff. Now, this has got to be fundamentally flawed, I think, because if you have a look at Australian tradition, what's going to happen to your local dobber? You reckon he's not going to get, well, she's not going to get a bit of what for doing a bit of dobbing? Geez, that's ridiculous. Now for the weather.
Well, by the look of it here, there's a warm front and also a couple of cold fronts coming through. You know what I mean, those curvy things.
Geez, how can I continue after that? That was sensational. Now, Germans, they don't mind a bit of the news. Now, how's this? There's an 80-year-old German driving around in his new BMW, following the GPS directions, and he's ended up in a pile of sand, if you don't mind. Now, the GPS has just sort of said, turn left here, turn left there, and keep going, but it wasn't updated to account for roadworks. That's right, folks, you got it. There were signs up on the road saying, be careful, the road's closed, and detour, and all that sort of stuff. No, this guy's, I've got a GPS, so I'm going to follow the GPS, and he's ploughed into a pit full of sand. Fair dinkum, what a wanker. Now, this last story, I'm only going to read the first line because it absolutely takes the cake. A German drug maker called Schering has warned consumers today not to use hemorrhoid cream on the face. On the face. Hemorrhoid cream. This is Bloke News. I'm Dave.